Hi everyone, my name is Brandy. I'm 100 Proof Quilter, and this is my quilting corner. Um, let's see, if anybody shows up today. I know I wasn't here last week. I was doing a shop hop, and I got back really late. And the plan was to try and go live on Instagram, but um, I have a condition called spondylolisthesis, and it's a sciatic nerve issue. My L4 vertebrae shifts and it pinches the sciatic nerve. And all that walking around at the shop hop at each of the different quilt shops and driving, I was in my car for a total of 7 hours doing the different shops, driving across Oklahoma. And by the time I got home, I was just exhausted and in pain. And so there was no going live on Instagram or on YouTube. I was just exhausted. So I apologize for not being here last week. Hi, Katie. How are you? So, but I have all of the blocks and all of my hauls from all the shops here today. Plus, I have an announcement to make. What else do I have? Behind me, you see the quilt that's been up there for God knows how long is finally going home to its person that I had made it for. So it is leaving. It is going to its person tomorrow, but in its place are the cutouts for the pot holders. Uh-oh, my internet is wonky, which is why even though I could work from home a couple days a week, I don't, because my internet is crappy. I don't know how long, speaking of health, I don't know how long I will be on today because I did go get a back injection earlier, and while the part where they actually do the injection is still numb. So I'm still okay right this second. I will start to feel that injection point later today. So we don't really want to push it, but I do have stuff to show and fabric. I got some fabric and stuff. So I did make some posts on Instagram of the fabric and stuff I got, but my prized possession came today. I'm very excited because I saw the most beautiful divorce lawyer I've ever seen. I don't know if anybody follows it. I mean, she's a machine embroiderer. She does machine embroidery a lot, but she also does quilts and stuff. But she's Becky at Power Tools with Thread. I watch her every morning work. And her husband Keith makes the most gorgeous divorce lawyers. And so this is what I got. Is this not beautiful? And you should see it in the sunlight because I got the package while I was headed to the doctor's office. So it was shining off. This light does not do it justice. And so I don't have a stiletto. So I actually got one that one end is a stiletto. And my husband made a wisecrack when he said, you got another divorce lawyer? I said, yeah. And so I sent him the picture and hi, Gladys. And he said, so you got a divorce lawyer that's a real prick? So I'm going to call this one my divorce lawyer with attitude. But isn't it beautiful? I mean, I'm just in love, and it's got some weight, so it'll help with my neuropathy, and it's curved perfectly to hold in my hand. So I'm in love. I think it's beautiful. So that came today. So I don't know why I'm putting it in there. And then it has this little dot. It said, put this little dot on there so it doesn't roll off. Got this little dot so it doesn't roll away. There's no roll away. I don't got any way to show you that it doesn't roll away. My name's in the way. Gosh darn it. But there's a little dot. And the little instructions say, put the dot on there so it doesn't roll away. Perfect. Anyways, so that came in the mail today. So I'm jazzed about that. Okay, so as you know, I did the shop hop, and the shop hop was 13 different stores. In each store, I think I showed you guys this a couple weeks ago, I had made it to 3 stores. I had made it to 4 stores, I believe. I had made it to Make It So. Still need to get back to Threads of Tradition. They did not, they were supposed to send me my block and they have not, so I need to call them. And then at Andy's, they had fabric 40% off, and these were what I got. And these little scissors, cute. My phone is a little bit off. And then look at those little buttons. Those were the fabrics I got. So far, those are the blocks I got there. And then I'm trying to remember in what order each bag is in. Now, I didn't get fabric at every shop. Some shops, because I had 13 to go to, and I can't afford all that. At some shops, I did just get the block. So this was the block from Prairie Quilt. And it's a flower theme. And this was from the Quilt Lady. It's like a little sunflower. And then I won a pattern because they all had, I didn't even notice this. There's M&Ms in this one. There's the block for that one. This one was at, let me see if it says, I know where this one was, but I can't remember the name of the shop. This one was in, and of course it doesn't say the name. It just says Spring Fling. Okay. Well, at that store, I won this quilt pattern. So yeah, so I did get a couple. So you saw the fabric from the first one, and I did get fabric at another one. And a couple of them you won things. So like I won this pattern at that one. Okay, so I didn't even notice the M&Ms in that one. So this one was from Sooner Quilts, and that's her block in the corner. And they're all flowers, and so you can't have the pattern for the quilt unless you get to all the stores, and then you have like a little passport. And once you have a stamp in all of the for all the stores, the last store you get to gives you the pattern for the quilt. I won this little keychain at one of the stores. Some of them you got a percentage off, some of them you won something. They all had something different. I did buy a shirt at one, which I wore the other day, and it said it's a Halloween shirt. I know, I like my Halloween. It had a sewing machine and a witch's hat, and it said, "My broom broke, so I'm sewing." You can't. This one's the Quilter's Post in Ringwood. This one was really far away, guys. I mean, this was one of those ones that was really out there. It and the one in Stillwater, Oklahoma. Stillwater, Oklahoma took me an hour and a half. From Ringwood, Oklahoma to Stillwater, Oklahoma took me an hour and a half. I'm telling you, I was on the road forever. There's not actually a picture for this one. Just the cutting instructions. I don't want to lose those. Like I said, I got to get back with Threads of Tradition because they were supposed to mail my block because they were out of the block kits when I got there, and I paid for it and everything, and they didn't mail it. So at this store, I bought, so my husband does most of the cooking. Not gonna lie, he's like the best cook in the world. Let's see how many times I'm in here. Okay, you guys see me? I don't know where I went. Oh, goodness. All right, let's see how many times I can blink out today. I got some beef fabric just for him to make him some oven mitts for the kitchen. And it's got some little tiny bees in there. See them? I just thought it was a more manly print. I really liked it. And then this is the accent. Hi, Donnell. I didn't see you sneak in. You probably snuck in when I was blinking out. And then this is the honey comb print that I got to go with it. I just think that'll make a more manly oven mitt than my girly bee fabric I got from. So yeah. And I got enough to make him 2 oven mitts and several pot holders. I'm probably only going to make him 2 though. And maybe a towel thing. So I got this at one of the stores. Which store did I get this at? I got this at Quilters Depot in Ringwood. So I got this. I was playing peekaboo. I just thought this was super cute. It says quilting, live like a quilt, be soft when it's important, be warm when it's cold, be proud to show your true colors, and always scrap together when times are tough. Wish upon a quilt. I just thought that was, I just really liked that. And so yeah, bought this. I haven't decided where I'm going to hang it because the husband hasn't moved out of here yet. And currently he's on a camping trip. So, all right. So then we were at Chickasha, which actually isn't that far from here. Make a big pot holder for him that'll fit. Oh, yeah, that would be really good. That's a good idea. Thank you, Katie. This is the quilt block for them. And there, I actually won, no, not them. Beth's I won. Beth's was a different one. And there's not a picture of her quilt block either. But at Beth's, I won. That's a calendar of their stuff. At Beth's, I won a big thing of quilting thread. And so I was like, okay, well, and I won a percentage off. So I was like, okay, well, that goes with that. Okay, I remember this now. So I got me 2 yards of some Tula pink fabric. Isn't it pretty? It matches, matchy. I have no idea what I'm going to do with it yet. I have a really hard time cutting up my Tula fabric. I have stashes and stashes of it. I have a hard time touching it. And I don't have a hard time touching it. I just have a hard time cutting it up. I do occasionally. I made some flying geese the other day when I was using my AccuQuilt. So pretty. This one, Bush Family Affairs quilt. We got this little tiny ruler. It's like the smallest 1-inch ruler. Isn't it cute? And it's got like their names engraved on it. And so we got that. Okay. So we got the little thing so I can hang it on the wall. Like I don't have enough rulers hanging on the wall. You guys can't see that corner, but it's nothing but this whole corner right here is nothing but rulers. Okay, so let me save that one for last because that was the last shop I went to. Okay, so this one was out in the boondocks. Prairie Moon Primitives. Theirs is a tool block. And them, I almost wasn't sure I was going in the right spot. But I found them, and they lit their shop is basically on their farm. You walked in that place, it was beautiful. They actually had a retreat going on. She had a wonderful place. I loved it. That's like my dream, to have a farm, the quilt shop, be able to have a retreat there. That would be my dream come true, to be able to have my quilt shop on my farm. You know, I'm just saying that's she's living my dream. Anyways, I won a fat quarter, and I got to pick my fat quarter, and I picked some Halloween fabric. I like my Halloween stuff. She also gave me a list of upcoming events. I need to put that back in there. There's nothing else in that one. Okay, and so now we are to the end, and which is the last one. And so the last one had these cute little shamrocks, and the last one was in Norman, Oklahoma, which is, I had this, my husband set up all my little routes, and it was Norman was supposed to be part of, Norman and Prairie Moon Primitives were part of my southern loop, but it had to get broken to 2 trips. And a couple of these shops closed at 4. And some of these I had to do after work, and I get off work at 2. So some of these places are far enough away that there's no way I'm making it from Oklahoma City, Northwest Oklahoma City, to wherever these shops are. There's just no way. But that one day I managed to get out of work, get my hiney over to Prairie Moon. I was really shocked I got there, but she was having a retreat, and I got there just a couple minutes before she closed, but I think it would have been okay because she had a retreat going on. She probably would have let me go ahead and get the stuff. And then I'm hauling hiney to Norman. And then I couldn't find the one in Norman because she's actually in a strip mall. Yeah, my GPS is telling me to go one spot, and I'm like, I can't find this place. So my husband's on the phone, and he's like, you need to look for a tan and blue building. And I'm like, a tan and blue building supposed to be in the strip mall. We find it. I get there, and it's called Society. So she had these cute little shamrocks, and you pulled, you picked one of the shamrocks, and it told you how much off you got. And so I got 30% off. Hers doesn't have a picture of her quilt block either. I'm so disappointed in these ones that don't show their quilt block. Anyways, this is her quilt kit. And then because I turned in my passport there, these are all the quilt blocks in the quilt. So this is my completed pattern to put all the blocks together. So this was my prize for completing it, plus my passport goes into a drawing. So that's what I got for that. But with my 30% off, I got some Tula scissors. They was staring at me, and I was looking at them, and when I got that 30% off, I was like, okay, all right, I can do this. They're 30% off. Yep. And so they go nice with my rotary cutter. So I didn't open them yet because I was waiting to do this live to show off everything. So I hadn't even opened them yet. So, yeah, actually, I plan on doing, I got my little Quilt kit, and I plan on doing little bees, doing some little bees throughout my finger's in the right spot, throughout the little flowers, and a couple of, maybe, I might do the 4 beehives in the corners, or I don't know, I haven't decided yet. But yeah, I'm gonna put some beehives in the corner and make the quilt my own. Anyways, I should put this one with the rest of them so that we don't get lost. Yep, the only one I'm missing is that one, which I'm gonna have to call them about. So right now, Donnell, is March Madness at AccuQuilt, and the machine that I got for $600 right now is 400 and something. And I got the AccuQuilt Go Big Electric. My husband made a joke and he goes, "Can we turn that one back in and get a refund and go get it for 400?" I was like, "Yeah, no, that's not very nice." So they are on sale right now. They're having really, really good deals. And no, I am not an affiliate. I don't get any credit for this. I just really like AccuQuilt. I'm addicted. I'm telling you, I'm addicted. The fact that you don't have to trim up your blocks after they go through the cutter and that they trim off the dog ears. And I mean, I can't wait to get a cube set. I'm still debating on whether I want the 8-inch or the 9-inch. I think I'm going to go with the 9-inch because it has the 5-inch, 5-inch finish, the 5.5-inch finished blocks, which would give me, I could make my own charm blocks if I wanted to. I find that a majority of the blocks that I do make are around 9-inch blocks, so I don't know, but it is an investment. And when I look at a die, I want to know how many times am I going to use that die truly. I know I want a gnome die too, and now the gnome die has an accessory gnome die. Are you kidding me? But I went with the beehive die first because as a beekeeper, I just really wanted that one first. So I kind of knew that was going to be my first one. Speaking of bees, I'm pretty sure I lost 2 of my hives. We had 2 back-to-back cold snaps, and we dropped. So we went from 80 degrees to 30 degrees to 80 degrees to 18 degrees. And 2 of my hives are not, I have no activity when I went out there the last couple of days. So I'm going to have to pop those bad boys open. It looks like I lost them, which is really sad because sometimes our Oklahoma Springs can really do that with our bees. Yeah, when I got the AccuQuilt, I knew the beehive die was going to be the first one I got. So, but I really want the gnome one too. So the other one I got was the oven mitt die. And so when I look at the dies, I want to know how many times am I going to use it, because they aren't cheap. And so you want to make sure that you're going to get the money out of them. So like, I'll tell you what, everybody in the family's getting oven mitts this year. I am joking. Everyone's getting oven mitts. They ain't getting nothing else from me. They all getting oven mitts. They might get oven mitts for the rest of their lives. But, you know, I'm just saying. So that die will pay for itself and nothing flat. The beehive die, you know, I've already made I do garden flags all the time for my I'm playing peekaboo again. Can you guys hear me? I do not know what's going on. I'm always saying I'm not getting the AccuQuilt machine, and then John from the Guys Craft 2 showed me gnome dies, and I was like, great. I'm telling you, really, it has I'm telling you, my internet is acting wonky. Yeah, I'm hoping my beehives will survive these freezing temperatures and snow right now. Yeah, it's just those cold snaps. They weren't able to cluster back up. I don't know, poor things. So yeah, no, I'm addicted to AccuQuilt, and I follow Pam from AccuQuilt, and she even does this whole thing where she can take and I think I would be able to do it too if I had the cube sets. If she can take a pattern and she can tell you. Oh my goodness, I'm telling you, my internet is like blinking out like crazy. I don't know what the deal is. I'm like, I hope you all can see me because my screen keeps blinking. So where was I? Oh, the AccuQuilt and Pam, and how she can tell you which cube sets you need and which numbers you need to be able to take your cube set for the patterns for like Riley Blake, and for all of those she can break it back down to you. And I'm just, because you know what I suck at, to be real honest, I mismeasure all the time. You guys have seen me do it. I'll be here chit-chatting with you guys and psh, why is that a quarter of an inch shorter than it should have been? Yeah, because I was talking to you and not paying attention. That doesn't happen on the AccuQuilts. Just saying. You run that crap through the machine and it does all the thinking for you. Hi, Kelly. So, yeah. No, and I watch AccuQuilt when they go live on Tuesday and Wednesday. I want that star and cross that they just came out with. Jeez, I'm just telling you, I have to think, how often am I going to use that walk on board die? So my next purchase, unless I get the gnomes, will definitely be one of the cube sets. I was doing more of the secret block. Oh, no worries. So, enough about AccuQuilt, although I could go on for days about that. Like I said, it's my new passion. My other announcement is, so I've decided to take the dive, literally. You all know that I scuba dive, and I'm getting ready to go on a big trip in 3 weeks. Give or take. I leave April 15th to go on a trip to Socorro Islands in Mexico to swim with the giant manta rays. So it's a big scuba diving trip. But and I'm going to blame this on Becca, because I hadn't realized that the legit kits block of the month was the sea turtle, and I've been eyeballing that thing, but I couldn't I couldn't come up with that kind of money to do the sea turtle when it came out. And so we were chit-chatting about that in, I don't even remember, it might have been Donnell's live. I'm not sure whose live it was. I think it was. And she brought it to my attention that the sea turtle is the block of the month. And so in order for me to, I can only have one subscription at a time. I just can't, I can't afford that, because my husband and I do take these scuba diving trips, which are not cheap by any means. I do quilt, and that is not cheap by any means. Subscription boxes take a second place. So if I want another subscription, I have to give one up. So I had to put Open Gate subscription on hold for a year. And now I'm hoping to bring it back up again next year. So I will be getting one more box. I will be getting the April box, but I have canceled that subscription temporarily because I took the dive, and I'm going to be doing the legit kits sea turtle block of the month. So that was my announcement. Yes, beekeeping is expensive. So are chickens. I have 6 chickens, 3 beehives, although I may only have 1, but we will get a couple of nooks if we have lost those. We'll get a couple of nooks. We'll get in touch with our beekeepers. We are part of a beekeeping association, and we'll get in touch with them and get a couple of, we'll find somebody who's got a couple of nooks, and we'll get a couple of nooks and try to repopulate our 2 hives that we lost. At one point in time, my yard had 13 hives in it. Of course, I didn't have any chickens at the time, but yeah, that was a little too much. That was way too much. I couldn't even go in my backyard. I had no room. Wasn't that, you know, the bees were back there. I don't have a problem with the bees. It's just I had no room to do anything. Not that I have room to do anything now with 6 chickens and 3 beehives, because the chickens eat everything, and the bees come to the front yard for their pollen and flowers and whatnot. But yeah, they've taken over my life. This is why I envy the lady at Prairie Moon Primitives. I mean, she's living my dream out there with, you know how many beehives and chickens I could have if I had that big of a space? I'm just saying. Anyways, she had a great space. It was beautiful. I loved it. Did I have any other announcements? Let me think. No, I think that was it. So yeah, so that was my big announcement. We're gonna do that. It was kind of funny. So my husband's like, I want to see what's in the box. And I was like, well, okay, when it gets here. He's like, and you're going to stay, you know, you're going to stay on track, right? Yep, I'm going to stay on track, you know, that type of thing, you know. He's like, and they connect every month, right? It's not going to be like next month's going to be a tulip. I'm like, no, next month's not going to be a tulip. It's going to be parts of the sea turtle until the whole quilt is done. So, and Legit Kits its home base is here out of Oklahoma City. So I really should have, I don't know, been more active with them. They're just so expensive. And I mean, I understand that they send you all the fabric and they, you know, all that. I get all that. But you know what? My machines cost a lot. My thread costs a lot. My fabric costs a lot. I put myself on fabric restriction all the time. I really do. I don't watch So Yeah because I spend too much money. Because it's addicting. I'm just saying. You get on that show, get on there and watch them, and you're like, oh, that's pretty. I want that. The other day they had art gallery fabrics. Oh my God, I could have gone broke. The only saving grace was I was at work, and had I not been at work and been doing other things, I probably would be broke and probably happen to get a real divorce lawyer. I'm just saying. Yeah. Because there were some really, really gorgeous fabrics. And oh yeah. I'm just saying. I could have gone broke. Woo! But I haven't decided if I'm going to do any videos of me doing the Legit Kits sea turtle yet. I don't know. We'll see. Now I can't get this package open. All right. They're not perfect. These are going to be my perfect little scissors. My perfect little one. I'm trying to collect the whole set, but a little bit at a time. Hi, Kim. When did you sneak in? I was going on and on and on. I didn't even see you sneak in, Kim. How are you, hon? Goodness. I'm just over here rambling. I didn't even see people coming in and out. So, like I said, I don't, due to just having my injections, if you weren't here for the beginning, I went in for back injections at the beginning earlier today. So my lower back is still numb from where they injected, but at some point that numbness is going to go away. So we don't want to push it today. So I was just going to get on here, give you guys an update, show off my new toys. Don't they look pretty together? I'm just saying. Show off my new toys, go over the shop hop update, and let you guys know about Legit Kits and Open Gates. Now, like I said, Open Gates has always been my favorite subscription box. And unfortunately, like I said, I can only have one at a time. So to do one, I had to give up the other. I'm going to put that in the trash. So I'm going to let you guys all go for now, so I can go lay down and relax before this kicks in. Takes about 5 days before the shot actually does anything. So you guys all have a great time. Thank you for hanging out with me today. And as I always say, go out there, find some gorgeous fabric, make some fabulous quilts. Try not to spend too much time with that divorce lawyer. And I'll see you guys next time. Hi, Lori. Bye, Lori. Sorry.